Hello, my sweet friend. I am Cristina Arevalo, a cake decorator, coach, and teacher, and I am here to empower my fellow cake artists to unleash their creativity and unite as a strong cake community. Whether you are a seasoned professional or just starting out, this podcast is here to support and empower you on your cake decorating journey. Let me coach you for success by setting achievable goals, understanding that managing your time and having a positive mindset, knowing your customers, and learning how to teach your craft are all as important as flour, sugar, and eggs. I'll share what has worked for me from a very personal and relatable perspective. My goal is to help you establish your presence, reduce stress related to time and working hours, and engage in cake collaborations and competitions. Eventually, you could become that featured cake artist in a magazine or teach at international events just like me. Welcome to the Art Cake Coach podcast. Hey, my sweet friend, if you like this episode and enjoy this podcast, there is only one thing I want from you. Please like, follow, and leave me a started review in any of your favorite podcast platform where you're listening to this podcast now. This way, this program can keep growing. The algorithm will show it to more cake artists who will benefit from it. Download the episode, share it on your social media, and tag me, and I'll gladly tag you and follow you back. I would love to hear what you have to say. You can leave me a voice message on Anchor, Spotify for podcasters, answer the questions and polls on the episode, or leave me a comment on my social media. Even if you don't like what I say, I would love to hear your opinion. And let me invite you to follow me on Instagram as at the Art K Coach or in any of my social media accounts. I'll leave you all the links in the description of this episode. Thank you so much for listening to the Art K Coach podcast. Well, hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Christina here. Super happy to have you back here another Tuesday morning on Lisbon, Portugal. Thank you so much for showing up and sticking up and listening or watching whatever it is that you're doing. So today's episode is about, yes, it's about business management. Why? I'm going to explain why. First of all, I'm going to tell you the background. I've been trying to record the episode about 20 minutes ago. And I don't know, it was the way that I was doing it didn't feel me. I'm going to explain why. I have a lot of information today. So I have some notes here. So if I look here, you can see that I have some notes here. If you're watching it on YouTube, you see that my eyes go this way. So I'm being totally honest, guys, because I was trying to make it look cool and professional. It wasn't happening. So I have my notes here on a Word document and I have my notebook here, but I want it to look like, like I'm talking to you. The thing is, I have so much things that I want to cover that I didn't want to miss things. That's why I have a script today. And as you know, if you watched the previous episode, I didn't have a script in the previous ones. It was just me talking with my notebook. The thing is, I was listening to the episodes before, and even though the content was good, I think it was kind of all over the place. I'm very critic of myself. Every time that I release an episode, I edit it, but not too much because I want to keep it real. But when I go back and listen to it, I just take notes. And one of the notes that I took is like, oh God, it sounds like a little bit all over the place. Maybe you need a little bit of script. So yes, I'm back to the script, but I was recording it before and I was just reading the script and I sound so robotic and I didn't like it. So I was like, well, you know what? Me is me. That's it. This is what you get. So I'm telling you all the background story so you know what's happening. And if you see that my eyes go that way and then I look back at you, sorry, is because I'm looking at my notes. Actually, there's a new feature here on the Riverside. Now I'm looking at the Riverside app. I record my episode with Riverside. That AI edit your eyes so it looks like you're looking at the camera when actually you're reading the notes. And I was like, whoa, that's spooky. I mean, it's convenient. I'm not going to say no, but it's kind of spooky, isn't it? It's like, I don't know. So anyway, long story short, it's me. I'm looking everywhere because I have the app here. I have my notes here. I have my notebook here, and I got you guys. I have you guys here. So welcome to the episode. What is this episode about? like I mentioned in the part that I'm not going to release because I didn't like it, and I'm going to repeat myself to me because you didn't listen to it. See, this is me. This is me. I like this. This episode is about why cake business management matters more than ever right now. Why is that? Okay, so we've been working on time management. We've been working on goals. We did guest episodes before during this year. Great. Sorry, guys. We had some anniversary. The anniversary episode. Let me just get a sip of water. Mm. We had a few things here this year already, but as you know, I'm building up. And if you don't know, let me tell you about it. I'm building up a new membership for the Art Cake Coach. This is a business management membership. What is the idea? I'm not pitching you anything. I'm telling you what I'm working on. If you're interested, the waitlist link is here on the episode. The membership is from listening to my fellow coaches and my fellow cake artists, how much they kind of don't like, because I don't want to say another word, they don't like the admin part of the business because it takes a lot of time. It's time consuming, it's boring. You get in the business because you want to bake beautiful cakes and you want to be creative. You don't want to be filling up a spreadsheet or keeping track of finances or managing marketing and social media. So yeah, it's tough, it's hard, people is just tired. But one of the main confusions or one of the main issues is that they don't know what to do. They don't know where to start and how to do it. The idea of the membership is not going to cost you an eye or a kidney. No, it's going to be maybe I don't know, as much as a Netflix premium subscription, something like that. What is the idea? The idea is that you get me as your business management. That, imagine you get Monday morning into your business headquarters and you have a manager who's going to sit down with you and is going to tell you, okay, these are the goals. Where are we going? What are we doing? What are the steps that we're going to do this week? How are you going to manage this? How are you going to manage that? Let's just work on this. Let's create a plan. Let's follow the plan. Let's track for results. That is the idea. And of course, as solopreneurs that we are, and as creative cake artists, we don't think about all this stuff. So since I do think about that stuff, I love it, and I do that every single week. I said, like, well, I can do that with my fellow cake artists. So that's coming up next. September. The opening of the launching of the membership is going to be in September. Why September? Because 6th of September is my 50th birthday. And I said, well, this is the time to create a new business. It's going to be on my 50th birthday. Why not? So it's going to be launched actually on my birthday, and it's going to have a special discount because of my birthday. But anyway, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. What is the idea of this next month coming up? We're going to have a few interviews, but I wanted to educate you guys on the it sounds really cocky of me, but anyway, I wanted to educate you. I wanted to inform you, sounds better. What is necessary to build a solid business and to admin a solid business, to keep track of everything? What are the things that we usually lacking, and what are the things we need to take care of? So this next episodes from here to September are dedicated to the different aspects of business management. That includes everything: social media, time management, goals, pricing, you name it. Okay, it's going to be one episode a week. Then it's going to build up to the basic struggles of cake artists when it comes to managing their business, to start the membership in September. And today is the first one of those episodes, and it's going to be, now I'm going to look at my notes, it's going to be about why cake business management matters. Why is that so important, and why so many people overlook at that part? So mainly, what is the difference between being a cake artist and running a cake business? I asked this before, I think it was on social media, and I had this conversation. I wrote it for a magazine interview that is coming up, I think I don't know if it's next month or next quarter. And the magazine asked me what was the difference. And What is the difference? If you see your cake business as a business, you're here, it has a future. You're here for the long run. You are aiming for profitability, for growth, for opportunities. When you're just living, it's sort of like, there's people, it's not my case, but there's people who live their lives like, okay, let's see what life brings. I'm not saying that is wrong. It's okay. And there are businesses. I don't call that a business. There are endeavors that, okay, like cake decorators, that go through their cake decorating life as, let's see what's next. And it's fine. It's fine. I'm not criticizing. I'm not saying that is wrong. I'm just saying I don't call that a business. When you think of it as a business, you need to have a structure. You need to have a plan. You need to have a name, a goal that you're going to. When you're just winging it, you're just waiting to see what happens. For me, being me, I need some sort of control that and the only control, I cannot control the outcome, but I can control what I do in order to get me close to that outcome. So that is the main difference between just being a cake artist or running a cake business. I'm of the opinion that cake, in any kind of endeavor in life, there are many things that happen, not only how much you control it or how much you manage it. Uh, there's luck. Okay, there's people just in the right place at the right time and are lucky enough not to think about it as a business, but having everything taken care of and just grow and become famous or well known or profitable. I'm not saying no, but for the rest of us, that I think I'm lucky in some ways. But anyway, for the rest of us, that is not only about luck or we don't leave it to chance. Having that management is essential. Um, you might think, okay, you're telling me that I'm getting into this thing to manage something and fill in spreadsheets and having to think about profit and about marketing. That's not why I got into a cake business. I got into a cake business because I love making cakes. That's all. Yes, but I'm just asking you in the other side, my fellow cake artist, cake friend, cake decorator, be honest to yourself. What do you want? What is the outcome that you want? Do you want this to be profitable, going for the long run, having a future and growing? Or do you just want to bake cakes? If you just want to bake cakes, it's fine. Stick to that. Happy. You can listen to another podcast. No, I'm kidding. You can still listen to me. But if you're here for, then don't complain. That's what I'm going to say. Then don't complain that, oh, people don't pay me what I want. Oh, I don't make any money doing this. Oh, my clients are, because you're not managing it the way it should be managed as a business. So today we're digging into something that so many cake artists struggle with. I'm having here my notes. Why managing your cake business the wrong way can lead you to burnout, to chaos, and to loss of profit. Let's try to flip that and actually give you an experience that will be more fulfilling, give you more freedom, and more time for your creativity. Because you're thinking, more things to do, I'm going to take time from my creative side. No, you're not. If you cover those things, I'm telling you, I do my admin for like Sunday was the first of the month. So usually Sunday, the first of the month, whatever day it is in the week, I sit down and I do the monthly management, which takes me a little bit longer. I will say a couple of hours in a month, because everything is just running smoothly. And then weekly, I do that for an hour every Monday. And that's it. Things are managed, things are done. And that is the idea with the membership that is coming. Don't go anywhere, because in the next segment, we're going to talk about the most common management mistakes, two of those. Two of the most common management mistakes cake artists or cake decorators make when it comes to running their business. The new issue of Delicious Magazine is out. Delicious Magazine, a must-have international cake cookie, and sugared art magazine, both digital and prints. This monthly magazine is filled with interviews, tutorials, competitions, and giveaways, business information, cake collaborations, the latest trends, and information on your favorite sugar art decorating products. Delicious Magazine also features your cakes every month in our Let's Get Social feature. Go to the link in the description of this episode to purchase your monthly copy, or you can save up to 45% when you sign up for an annual subscription. Pay once and get a whole year of magazines sent to you directly on your email. You can also pay monthly and save 20% of every issue. There are no tie-ins or contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Thank you, Delicious Magazine and Kelly, for sponsoring today's episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Hello, my sweet friends. Back here with the first segment of today's episode about the mistakes that people, cake artists, cake decorators, bakers usually make when it comes to managing their cake business. I narrowed down to two main ones. There are many. Okay, we're gonna keep working on that through this series in this next couple months, and of course on the membership. But there are two main ones that I want to mention today. Number one is running on emotions instead of having a plan. What does it mean? This is the way we all start. Okay, we all start because we love baking our cakes and we make beautiful cakes and we want to make more. We're not keeping track of how much we're spending on materials and tools and kits and stuff. We don't keep track of anything. We just want to keep creating beautiful cakes. Then my friend likes my cakes, and she maybe pays for ingredients. Then her friend saw the cake, liked the cake, and order a cake from me, but I'm not really knowing what to do, how to price it. So I just give it I just add up ingredients and give it that price. I don't look at it as a business. This is the way we all started. Honestly, I will say, well, okay, all 80% of us or more, maybe. And whoever says that, no, no, I started with my business mind, is because either they came from a business background and they were in it for the business and not for the case. That's it. That's it. I'm not saying there's not, but that's the way we all started. And I know you're laughing on the other side because you know it's true. What happened is you start saying yes to every single order. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter if you are good at it or not. You said yes, or you say yes, even when it's not profitable and when it's not aligned with your style. Do we even know what style we have? We probably don't. We just take everything because we need the money. Okay, we said, well, I'll just take everything that comes away. I'm not gonna be now thinking that I'm some special, business or person that does these special cakes, because if people is asking for it, I'm just gonna do it. You're winging it every single week and you're not planning anything. That is the way we all started. It's not new. It's not like, oh, I didn't start like that. Oh, I not only start like that, I was in there for quite a while in my business, which almost led me to close it. I mean, to close it too. It's like, I'm not doing this anymore. It's not making me any money. I'm just getting tired. There were a couple of times in my 17 years as a cake decorator that I said, it's not working. And when I look back now, because at the moment I would blame everything and anything, but looking back at it now, I was doing this. I didn't have any plan. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just winging it. That's it. So when you're constantly reacting and not planning, you're in survival mode. Your business is in survival mode. Survival mode of a business doesn't leave space for creativity and doesn't leave space for growing. So if I'm just taking any orders, if I'm just saying yes to everything, not knowing if I have the time to do it, if I have the skills to do it, so I get stressed. I just remembering a story. It's a long and sad story, but I don't know if I should tell it right now. I didn't have the skills to accept an order that I took. It was expensive order, and I was pricing incorrectly either way, and Oh God, what a nightmare. I think like I got sick after that. The client was nice, however, was comprehensive, because what happened was the client was also inexperienced, didn't know what he was asking for, she was asking for. And we both kind of sit down like, oh my God, we took more than we could chew. This is not happening. It's not going to go well. But I mean, I serve a cake, but it wasn't what we planned to do in the beginning. And it was for a lot of wrong reasons: not planning, lacking skills, saying yes to everything because I didn't want to say no because it was quite an amount of money. And it was not good. It was not good. Uh, I'm sorry. I don't think she's listening. I don't think so. But anyway, I'm sorry about that. Those are the little things that I go back and say, "Ugh, I'm sorry about that. I should have known better." Now I do. And since now I do, and I've been through that, that's why I want to share it with you, because I don't want that to happen to you if you can avoid it. As simple as that. So, how do we keep this from happening? First of all, you need to have a clear plan of what you're doing. You need to know your niche and you need to know your target audience. There's a beautiful exercise on niche that I'm going to be sharing on the subscription channel of the podcast, and we're going to work on that on the membership in September. It's just eye-opening, so stay tuned for that. You need to plan your weeks, you need to plan your month, you need to know where you're going. Otherwise, you're meant for, you know, disasters like the ones that I had, and I don't want that for you. So that's the mistake number one. I'll go back, is running on emotions instead of a plan. Is mistake number two, looking back here at my notes, not knowing your numbers. Ta-da! We all do that as well. Come on, guys. You can say anything. You can tell me, like, I mean, again, I'm going to give you this. I think 80%, maybe more of us just don't know what we're doing and how we're pricing. Then we realize, and then, like, oh, I should have priced correctly from the beginning. My life would have been better. So, yes, not knowing your numbers. And when I say not knowing your numbers, I'm not only talking about pricing, I'm talking about pricing and keeping track of your finances, because that's another game. Okay. You're afraid to look at your pricing expenses. If you don't look at it, it doesn't exist, right? If I don't pay attention to it, it's fine. Nobody has to know. Nobody has to know. So, uh, it's like running a marathon and not knowing where you're going. Just keep running and you don't know why. Don't. I mean, take a look at your expenses. Remove yourself from the equation. We don't want to look at numbers. We don't want to look at prices. We don't want to look at money. This has to be with money mindset, because we think us. Remove yourself from the equation. It's a math equation. It's a business. It's a thing in front of you. It's not you, okay? Because tell you what I used to do. I think I mentioned it here on the episodes before, and it's like confession time. Remember the confession time? We haven't done it in a while. What happened is, during many years in my life, because of my upbringing, I'm not going to go into details, because of events in my life, I was afraid of asking for money. I didn't feel worth of money. Money was the enemy. Money was not good. So everything I did it for the sake of, I'm an artistic person, creative person. So everything I did came from my heart, came from, it's an expression of myself. How could I put a price in an expression of myself? So for me, it's like whatever the client wants to give me, as long as I cover my expenses, is fine. It's fine. I was afraid of asking for, I felt bad for the client asking for money. Like if I said, well, this cake is 100 euros, for example, which I never charged. Crazy. I charged like, it was bad. It was really bad. I used to charge like 20 euros a kilo. I mean, kilos. Who prices for kilos? That was me at the beginning. I'm telling you, I don't know, 17 years ago, 16 more actually. This year is going to be 18 years ago. And when the client's like, well, I said, yeah, 40, but I want $3 on top of it and flowers. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, because it's gonna look pretty, it's fine. Oh, poor thing. It should cost more, but poor customer. Maybe he doesn't have the money to pay. I mean, I would go into my customer thinking they didn't have the money to pay. Poor things, but they wanted the cake, so I should give them the cake. Who does that? I used to do that. Yeah, I did, and I'm being honest with you, because if anything like this is happening to you, don't feel bad. Don't feel like, oh my God, I'm the worst and the loser. And no, we have been there. We have been there. And I'm here right now because I understood that what I was doing was wrong. Again, I just want to help you and tell you don't have to go through years of that if you change a little bit of your mindset of money. So it's not only about how much you charge, it's about how you look at money, how you look at your work, the value, which is not has to do with money. Value, it's value. Okay. I'm not talking about numbers. It has to do with your finances. All of that, you need to look at it. If you don't look at it, and if you feel bad, if you feel like you don't know how to look at it, just remove yourself from the equation and look at it as a thing that you're looking in front of you. You don't know which cakes are profitable and which ones are draining you. That's another thing. We take any order because we think the more the merrier. If we take more orders, we make more money. But some orders maybe are, you know, a beautiful, elegant, simple wedding cake that requires time, requires material, but uh, it's going to be more profitable at the end, because when you do the balance, the math of the amount of things, that the hours that you're spending and the material that you're using, and the creativity and all of the things, versus maybe a 1 tier birthday cake, but it's full of sugar paste decorations that is going to take you maybe a month to complete. Which one is more profitable? Okay, so which of your projects are more profitable than the others? I'm not talking about expensive, I'm talking about profitable. So what happened? You can't manage what you do, what you don't measure. Pricing with your gut isn't a strategy, it's just a fast track to burnout. Pricing with your guts, like you look at the cake or look at the picture and you're like, this should be around 150. Yeah, I think I will pay 150. My client will pay 150. I think it's good. It will cover my expenses. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Mistake number 3: working in the business, not on the business. What do you mean by that, Christina? You're doing all the baking, all the design, all the marketing, all the answering messages. So you're working in the business. You are basically your own employee. Yes, I said it. That's what you are. You're thinking, and I wrote that also in the interview. That was a good answer, by the way. Many of us come from employee mentality. I had discussions with my husband, not discussions, you know, interesting conversations with my husband about this. Most people come from employee mentality, right? Employee mentality is a transaction. You do one thing, you get paid for that thing. Hours, usually, I keep saying it, I said in episodes before, we reward people for being busy, not for being productive. Our society thinks the more you work on something, it's better, or you should be rewarded more. And it's actually, I believe in productivity, not on pricing time. But anyway, but we come with that mentality that we do one thing, we deliver a service, we get paid for that. It's a transaction. Okay. A business is more than that. It's more than a transaction. And when we think of that, we're working in the business as an employee. We are our own employees. I do this, I to do's, right? I do this, and that. I do marketing, I do social media, I do client consultation, I do cakes, and I get paid. Now, when you're working on your business, you're seeing all of that as all of the components of the business, but you're going to get paid for you are going to get paid for your value. Your business is going to get paid with a profit. That profit is going to work for growing your business, for investment, for paying expenses, of course. It's a business mentality. You're working on it, not as an employee. So you're doing all of it but you're just thinking of yourself as an employee of your own business. You haven't taken the moment to plan your month, schedule your content, evaluate what's working, what's not working, to be the CEO of your business. Yes, yes, it sounds like, I know when you see those people on Instagram, like, I'm the CEO of my own company. That, I mean, it's your business. You should be, yes. But yeah, it sounds cocky, but yes, it is true. You need to be the CEO of your own company, not an employee of your own company. So the question is, we can't grow. The thing is, not the question. We can't grow if we don't stop to check where we are going and we don't look at our business as the CEO of it. Okay. So these are the three basic mistakes we make business wise with our cake businesses, of course. In the next segment, I'm going to talk about good management, freedom, and creativity. How can we balance those three things? So don't go anywhere because I'm going to be right back. Hello, my sweet friend. Let me invite you to subscribe to the Art K Coach podcast exclusive content platform. By becoming a member, you'll get exclusive monthly content and access to audio classes and workshops on goal setting, time management, social media posting, pricing mindset, and teaching. Get access to exclusive bonus content for only €2.99 a month. Check out the link to subscription platform on the description of this episode. Let me help you on your cake journey and coach you for success here at the Art Cake Coach podcast. Hello, my sweet friends. Welcome back. So, what if I tell you that time management isn't restrictive, but actually liberating? Yeah, it is. It is. The more that I manage, the more time that I have. This is what happened. You start managing, you create your management plan technique, whatever it is that you want to call it. You find a way to manage your business. At the beginning, it's going to be like when you're learning to ride a bicycle, that you fail, you try again. This works, it doesn't work. You put the training wheels, then you remove one, then you remove the other until you find your balance. Once you find your balance and you realize the faster that I pedal is going to be the faster that it goes, and it's going to make my life easier. That's what happens with time management, with management in general. The beginning, you're going to fall, you're going to lose your balance, you're going to start finding some training wheels to add to your management. And then at some point, you realize, oh, this is working for me. If I just keep going and keep going and keep going, I'm going to keep my balance and I'm going to work. It's going to be steady and it's going just to move forward. What happens is when it becomes automatic, when that bicycle is, aligned and in balance, when you find that balance, you don't really have to think too much about it. Everything is done, everything is said, everything runs smoothly. And you can actually have more time to be creative, to rest, to do other things, to think about growing your business. You can. But if you don't do it, you're always going to be depending on a training wheel. And I don't want you to do that. Okay. So imagine you having a workflow so smooth that you know exactly how much time each order takes and which weeks you could take off. Wouldn't that be a dream? What about setting boundaries with your time and prices so you're not scrambling at midnight with piping bags and, you know, a big mug of coffee trying to finish an order for the next day? Isn't that a dream? Because I know most of you, some of you, if not most of you, are into that. It's like, okay, I have another job. So whenever I finish, I put the kids to bed, have dinner, put the kids to bed, or organize my life and my family, or even myself, give myself some dinner and just start baking until, I don't know, early hours in the night. Uh, yeah, no, because you're going to get tired, you're going to get burnout, and you're not going to be happy doing it. So you're going to just going to throw the towel. Creativity or creative freedom blooms when you actually have all of your mental clutter disappear. Mental clutter comes, this happens to me a lot. And if I plan, but this happens to me a lot, especially on weekends, because on weekends I have I have my routine, right? And weekends I don't have the routine anymore. So I wake up and I start thinking about all the things that I want to do, that I have to do, that I wish I could do. Plus, we have to have fun. It's a weekend. We need to go out. And so I start, it's like, I'm in bed and I'm thinking about all this. And it gets so overwhelming in my head. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, I just want the weekend to be over. No. I mean, it happens sometimes, not as often, but it does happen sometimes. Um, if I sit down, when I feel like that, if I sit down and I write everything on my notebook, first of all, I realize it's not that many things, but in my head, it sounds worse than it actually is. Some of those things I can actually block them together and just do one thing and end up doing three, so it's fine. And there's time for everything. But not until I wake up and I sit down and I write it down, create a plan, I realize that. So that mental clutter comes from the fact that you're not planning and that you just keep adding things into your head and you don't know even where to start. Our head doesn't have that capacity. We need a method. I mean, by itself is going to make it a big, huge deal. We don't want that. So, having a system means fewer decisions, more brain space for innovation and creativity. You become the creative director of your business, not just a worker bee, not just an employee. Good management is not about turning your cake business into a corporate machine. No, still your business. It's still you. It's still your small business from home, whatever it is. It's about honoring your time, your talent, and your why. I always tell you about why you're doing it, your goal, your outcome. What is it that you want? So you can show up for your art without burning out. You wonder, what should I do next? All of this sounds good. It sounds like me. Been there, done that. I know the numbers. I don't know my numbers. I don't know if I'm working in my business or on my business. I don't know if I'm actually the CEO of it. I'm actually running it on emotions. And yes, I need more time to breathe, to be creative, and just to rest. My head is going nuts. I'm tired. I'm stressed. I'm overwhelmed. My creativity is falling. I'm not in love with cake making as I used to be, or I'm starting out. That could be another thing. This is a hobby. I'm starting out. I wanted to do it the right way, and I really don't know how to do it. So, if all of this resonate with you, if you feel stuck in the cycle of being overwhelmed, worried that you're not running your cake business like a real business, or not even thinking about it as a business, or you want to start it as a business but you don't know, you're not alone. I got your back. I do. Remember, I'm here for you. So, um, if you feel that all of this resonate with you, if you feel that, okay, Christina, I cannot just keep going, not knowing what to do because I don't think I'm going to make it to the end of the year. Don't worry, I got you. I have a lot of things that I could help you with. First of all, stick with the podcast and listen to all of the episodes coming the next few months, the next 2 months, because in each episode, I'm going to give you tips. The main tip I'm going to give you in this episode, especially, is from everything that you listen to this, ask yourself, where am I with all these issues? Am I the CEO of my business or not? Am I thinking of my business as a business or not? Do I know my finances? Do I know my numbers? Am I pricing correctly? Am I just think about this? Write it down, sit down, write it down, and think about where you're standing. We cannot change anything if we don't know where we are. We cannot know where we're going if we're not don't know where we're standing. Okay? Then we have the subscription channel is only $2.99 a month. You just go there, check it out, because in there I have a lot of episodes about time management, about goals and business management, niche target audience that can help you with. I have the planner that is on my website. The planner will help you organize your week, organize your month, organize your client consultations, your social media. It's there for you. If you buy the planner, you immediately get access to the private Facebook group where we meet every 15 days and we have a coaching group session, our group coaching session, and we sit down and do that. From today, you say, well, Christina, I'm not going to buy anything from you and I'm not going to invest anything for you. It's fine. It's fine. You'll come around. but it's fine. Today, what can you do? Please identify where you're at. From all of the things that I mentioned today, where you're at in your cake business, financially, emotionally, business wise. Where are you so you can start changing it? And I have another thing for you. Before the membership, not the waitlist, before the membership is open, I'm going to be giving a free webinar on Facebook, I believe, but it's going to be a free webinar for 3 days, 3 days webinar for all cake artists interested in changing their mindset for a business mindset into really understanding the management or the importance and how to manage your business. Okay, it's going to be free. It's just a little sneak peek of what's coming on the membership. I'm not going to tell you yet when the webinar is happening because I'm gathering some very special I'm not going to give it away. I'm gathering some things that I need to organize first, things and people that I need to organize first in order to have the webinar 100% as I want it for you. But the webinar is coming up. And if you're interested, if you're like, oh, this resonates with me, I think it's free. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. It's 3 days and it's going to be live, but it will be recorded as well, so you can catch up later. If you're interested in that, there is a wait list for the membership, and that wait list was going to give you access to the webinar. So I'm going to be leaving the links of that wait list here on the description of the episode and the show notes, so you will know. You just click there, fill the form, and all the information is going to go into your inbox. Meanwhile, ask yourself the questions that I ask you, and think about what is the outcome that you want for your business. Do you want it to be here for a long time? Do you want it to profit? Do you want it to grow or not? Maybe you say, well, Christina, you know what, this is too much work. I think I just want to create cakes for whoever wants to buy it and just keep winging it. I'm happy with that. It's okay, but be honest. I want you to be honest with yourself about your business, okay? About your cake art endeavor, baking, cake decorating. Be honest. And like I said, if you really want to take this seriously, just go and enroll in the wait list for the webinar and for the membership. It's free. I'm not going to charge you anything. I'm not going to tell you you're not forced to buy anything from me. I just want to help you and give you the information that you need to get started. Okay, that's all I want. So don't forget that. Don't forget to ask yourself this question. I'm just going back to my notes. If this episode has helped you in anything to shift your mindset, please send me a message on Instagram. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening, take a print, share it on your Instagram, tag me. I will gladly tag you back and follow you back, and we can have a chat. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what you have to say. Don't forget to follow, to leave a review if you haven't. I always put it there in the show, during the show, but it's super important that you follow and you like the show, because that will give me, the show, a little more. I will show it to the algorithm, so the algorithm will show it to other people. But remember, keep creating, keep dreaming. You're not alone. It's not that complicated. Your business is not that complicated. You just need a plan, and I can help you with that plan. So this is for today about the importance or the common mistakes on management. Why managing your business is important. Answer the questions. What is it that where you are at with your business, and what does your business need? And go down to the wait list and click there, enroll, because the webinar is going to be awesome. It's going to be really good. Until there, my friends, I will see you the next episode. And as always, stay safe and stay creative. I'll see you next time. As your cake coach, I am here to help. If you want to go a little bit further in your journey to organize your time, set clear goals, maybe teach, work on your mindset, or set a roadmap for results, especially for results and success, I am here for you. Why don't you book a free discovery call with me? I will be leaving the links here in this episode so we can chat, we can talk about what you really need, and we can see if we're a good fit for each other. Remember, I have just one mission in this cake world. First is to unite the cake community as one and to make you, my cake artist, my sweet friend, understand the importance of investing in you. Like I said, I will be leaving the links here in the description of this episode so you can book a 30 minutes free discovery call with me. And just remember, in case nobody said this to you today, I do appreciate you and I want you to stay safe and stay creative.